Save game review. Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be reviewing some more of your save games. That's right everyone, this is our 13th save game review, and I think I picked out some really good save games for us to go through today. Our first campaign right here is a So to Kirishitan Japan campaign by a janitor on July 2nd, 1752, and I've been told that we have quite a few interesting things to take a look at in this campaign. It's not just a pirate Christian Republic Japan or whatever that is. So yeah, we'll take a look at what's up with that. Then our second campaign right here is a very interesting one. A Gotland to Denmark to Prussia to England to Spain campaign by Avnasi right there on November 1st, 1692. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this player exactly went through all of these nations and what exactly does Spain own at this point in the game. And then for our final campaign of the day, we have a favorite nation of mine, one of my favorite regions and nations to play, a Butwa to Rosui Empire campaign by Gotcha on June 2nd, 1628. So I picked this one because it's unusual, a pirate Christian Japan and stuff like that. This one because there's so many formables, and this one because I really love playing that nation and in this region with all the gold mines and stuff like that. So those are our save games for today. So without further ado, let's jump into our first campaign of the day, this So campaign by Janitor, July 2nd, 1752. All right, here we aren't in our Japan campaign because I forgot to read what this player said, and this is what Janitor says. 1.36.1 Protestant Pirate Republic Japan. First time playing a Pirate Republic, and it was great fun. Got various Protestant, Japanese, and pirate achievements, and otherwise roleplayed a pirate. Awesome. Abolished slavery, supported colonial independence, not of my colonies, and beat up the Ottomans a bunch. Okay, we'll see what's up with that. Oh yeah, and I forced a tributary on the HRE Emperor because I thought it would be funny if the Emperor had to pay tribute to a pirate republic. Unfortunately, it made him lose the emperorship, but oh well. All right, well, lots of interesting things to go through right there, so let me zoom out. And oh my god, what did you do this campaign? Okay, obviously right off the bat we can see that this player has a spread, as a pirate Kirishitan Japan all over the world. Japanese Japan, by the way, so the capital isn't even over here in Japan or in Korea or anything like that. Lots of weird exclaves right here over in China. This thing right here, are these guys subjects? Are they not? We'll see what's up with that. Expansion in Bengal over here in the East Indies, pretty much owning everything down here, which is really nice. Australia, some stuff down here, Portugal, some native nations over here. Okay, Japanese Mexico, California, Alaska. We got the Necatish Federation, the United States, Canada. I'm guessing those are some guys that they supported the independence of. Cuba, Castilian, Brazil. Okay, we have land over in Africa as well. Madagascar, this right here, stuff over here in Tunis. What am I even looking at, man? Crete? Kosovo? What is actually going on right here, man? Jesus Christ. Okay, we gotta back up a bit right here. Let me just go into the coalition map mode and see everything that this player owns directly. So we got the stuff over here. All right, that's pretty much it. Now let me go into the diplomat mode. Okay, now we can see the subjects as well. So we got Japanese Australia. These guys are vassals actually over in China. Nivik's a tributary. Persia's a vassal. These guys are a trade protectorate. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what that is. Tributaries. Yeah, crown colonies, full cores down here. Yeah, where is the capital? Where's the capital? Let me take a look at that. Where is the capital? The capital is in Galapagos? It is. Interesting. Okay, well, after that initial shock right there of everything that this player owns around the world, I think we can take a look at the nit and grit of this campaign. So let's go into the great powers. Number 1 on the great powers list, 8,000 dev, way more than the next most powerful countries. Naval hegemon as well, not something you see too often, and the revolution has already spawned as well, so really nice right there. Let's go into the court tab right here. Grand Admiral Oda right here, 666, obviously, since you keep re-electing them, very good right there. Level 5 advisors in every category. Pretty cheap too, I would say, for 1752. In the government tab, lots of cultures, auto acceptance and stuff like that. The Japanese ones, not a lot to take a look at right there. Grand Pirate Confederacy. In the Diplo tab, allied to the Commonwealth, Lyon, Venice, and Jaunpur. So yeah, nothing negative to say about those allies. Yeah, we have the following trade protectorates. I really don't know what these are, boys. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of them throughout Europe. Yeah, look at this. We didn't even take a look at that right there. So Greece, Bulgaria, Serbia, Bosnia, Bohemia, Hungary, Austria, Bohemia. Yeah, I already mentioned them. So this is where basically the player fought the Ottomans. They don't even exist anymore. It's just Turkey. Then we got 4 vassals right here, a bunch of tributaries, and a bunch of colonies as well. So really, really strong subject gameplay right here, and I am liking it quite a lot. Over in the economy tab, making 3,500 ducats a month, really, really strong right there. We got some privateer income right here as well, or pirate income, whatever you want to call it. Very nice income from vassals, nice income from tariffs, very good income from gold as well. I'm guessing that's why this player owns these directly right here. You know, some of the gold mines over in South America, really, really highly devved up, especially Potosi right here to 13. And it also has some really nice bonuses from the monument and stuff like that, so that's really strong. Excellent economy right there. Sure, you could be spending more money, but do you need to spend more money? We'll take a look at that pretty soon. Over in the trade department, making about half from trade, which is really strong. 130% goods produced. Everything is excellent right there. Let me hop it back into the political map mode so you guys can stare at this while I talk. We are Chinese tech, interestingly enough. Yeah, ahead of time in every department right here in the ideas tab. Let me see. I'm very interested in this. So this player is stuck with So ideas, even though Japanese ideas are decent for what you call it, for colonization and stuff like that. Obviously this is still a pirate playthrough, so it makes sense why you would stay with So ideas. Expansion and naval, really good right there, you know, to get to some of these provinces right here. Naval, obviously, you know, for a pirate focused playthrough. Religious, influence, economic, quality, trade. So I think for what this campaign is, these are actually really good idea group picks, and I'm not mad at them at all. That's a thumbs up from me right there. No need to really take a look at these missions right here, since I don't really understand the Japanese ones that much, but most of them have been completed, as we can see. In the decisions and policies tab, we got some really good ones right here, especially the goods produced ones are so important, and everything is really nice right here too. Stability expansion, just under GovCap, by the way, so we're legit right there. Yeah, pretty good. I'm liking that. 52% admin efficiency. Didn't take a look at absolutism. Yeah, it's 95 max absolutism, which is great. 73 current. You're not planning to do a world conquest or anything, so this is absolutely excellent right there. And in the religion tab, we are Protestant. That's right, the Church of Kirishita in Japan. We got these active right here, and conversion is going along nicely. I don't know if the subjects are Protestant, but I guess they are, since yeah, let me see that right there. Yeah, a lot of these guys are, man, the guys that have been forced and stuff like that. Some over here aren't, but that's really no big deal. Yeah, and Chi is Confucian, but yeah, a lot of Protestantism and Shinto right here. So yeah, I guess this was done before the player could reach Protestantism, so no big deal on that. In the military department, almost 1 million max force limit, built up to a little more than half of that. Almost 2,000 naval force limit, extremely strong. Very good boat combat modifiers, pretty good army combat modifiers, decent what you call it, professionalism, really strong admirals and generals as well, and I'm liking all of these other modifiers right there. In the subjects tab, not a lot to take a look at. We also got trade companies active as well, which is cool to see. And yeah, no estates, because we're pirates, even though you can activate them with some government reforms. Let's take a look at the factions right here. Factions are chilling, and yeah, everything that I've seen so far I'm liking quite a lot. Let me now go into the government reforms right here, and then we'll take a look at the other stuff as well. So Pirate Republic, Articles of Agreement right here, which is interesting. The Privateer's Way is really strong as well, although it does disable you from getting allies, so maybe I would recommend one of these two more than this one, but this one is good as well. Frequent elections, dope. This is pretty good as well. Let's see, I don't know exactly the tier 4 ones, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, this one establishes the clergy, so if you don't want estates indefinitely, this is good. This is the, you know, semi-unique Japanese one. War Against the World, obviously. GovCap, Thalassocracy, a very rare one that you don't see enacted too much, but good job on that. Captains in Charge, Military Principle, Rule Through Loot, Pirate Council, and the Scourge of the Seven Seas. So really good, what you call it, government reform picks. The only one I would change personally is this one right here. Instead, I'd go with the Privateer's Way, perhaps. But yeah, game is looking really good. Let me take a look at the armies real quick right here. So combat width is 40. Where are the armies? I guess they, yeah, so these are the armies. If they're split, 44-40, literally perfect army composition. You couldn't ask for anything better, so awesome job on that as well. Yeah, good job on the armies. And in the trade department, man, don't even need to take a look at it that much, because listen, this is how much we're making from trade. This is the trade share income. I can assume everything is legit without even taking a look at it. But yeah, some provinces left a full core, full state right here, which is no big deal. You get around to that whenever. In fact, you may have some admin points to spend on that just like that, so we're chill right there. And let me take a look at the states actually now. What is trade company, what is stated. So yeah, everything is looking decent right here. Nothing negative or positive to say about that. It's just indifferent. Let's take a look at the dev right here. Are there really high dev provinces? So yeah, Tsushima, Galapagos. Yeah, various provinces here above 30 development. Lots of provinces as well above 20 development, which is super strong. Yeah, so many actually. Wow, that's really nice. So focusing on deving as well a bit, and then these other ones right here don't matter too much. But yeah, it's looking super strong. Let me take a look at the religion once again. Yeah, everything is pretty legit right here. Everything that is getting converted, you know, unless you want to force your religion on some of the other subjects that aren't Protestant, but everything is chill right there. In the autonomy department, everything that can be lowered has been lowered, obviously, so we're pretty chill on that. And even doing a little bit of culture conversion, I can see. Let me take a look at what is the primary culture of Tsushima right here. So yeah, Saigoku. So what else has been converted? Oh, actually it's this one right here, the blue one. So yeah, some provinces have been culture converted, obviously. This is all colonization, and this is all down here, so everything is good with that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the buildings right here. Bunch of marketplaces. Yeah, marketplaces built up everywhere that they can be built up, I guess. Have they been upgraded to this? Yes, some of them have. And have they been upgraded to this? Yes, some of them have, so we're chilling right here. Obviously town halls in most of the provinces that can be, in fact in all of them, so that's really good right there. I'm interested in seeing any dry docks. No dry docks, but I guess they can't be built. There's no room in the province or whatever. Shipyards, yeah, a bunch of shipyards built up. That's very nice. Workshops present pretty much everywhere, so that's really good right there. Have they been upgraded? Yes, they have. Good job on that. Churches, some churches as well, pretty good so far. They have been upgraded as well. Maybe some more rebuildings. Yeah, Japan is full of them. Maybe some conscription centers too. That's pretty good right there. And manufactories, obviously, we're stacked on manufactories, so I'm liking the buildings quite a lot as well. So yeah, man, awesome campaign. Everything that we've seen so far, I honestly can say that I haven't really found any negative things about this campaign. Sure, the border gore is horrible, honestly, but it's also funny, so you know, I'm not even gonna say anything bad about that. I think we took a look at everything that we could have taken a look at, and now let's go ahead and go through the timeline. We start off as So right here, so there we go, a little expansion right here down in the South Island, some more expansion over here. This maybe is a little slower than usual, but everything is looking legit so far. There we go, about half of Japan owned. Is there colonization during this point? I don't think so, not that I can notice. There we go, almost all of Japan, and now we got all of Japan. And there we go, now we can see some colonization over here. It's kind of hard to notice what's going on in games like this, but yeah, some more colonization, expansion into Korea up here. Yeah, that's as far as I can tell what's going on. More directly, you know, colonizing the Clove provinces, pushing further into Korea. It takes so long to annex these guys, as you all know. Some more colonization up here, I think. There we go, Korea is done. Maybe some interference going on in China through vassals or something. There we go, colonization in Mexico, I think, in Peru right here. So this is sort of the region we want to focus on. There we go, there's Japanese Mexico and stuff like that, Japanese California, expanding over here in Australia and stuff like that. We are already present over here, man. The scope of this game is so large that it's kind of hard to take a look at where we're expanding right now, but present in the Mediterranean, even in the 1600s. There we go, pummeling some more over in China, expansion in the New World as well. I'm excited to see the wars versus the Ottomans right here and versus the Southeast Asian guys right here. There we go, some more expansion here. As we can see, there's the first war with the Ottomans, taking a bunch in Greece, as we can see, while simultaneously expanding down here and in the New World, as we can see. So that's really nice right there. Expansion in India. Maybe some more wars versus the Ottomans soon. There we go, there's the supporting of the independence of some New World nations. Some of these guys down here are already vassals as well, just like we saw earlier. More expansion down here in maritime Southeast Asia. More expansion into the Ottomans, basically taking some Bulgaria provinces right here. Italy formed, interestingly enough, so that's very cool right there. The New World is pretty much done at this point. And there we go, some more wars and more expansion versus the Ottomans right here. And it's looking really nice as we end our timeline right here. So awesome game, man. Really couldn't find faults with anything. Pretty much pristine gameplay, Pirate Republic, Protestant, Japan, fun playthrough to see, and I'm liking this quite a lot. I'm gonna give our first campaign of the day a 5 out of 5. let's move on with the next one. All right, let's jump into our second campaign of the day. This Gotland to Denmark to Prussia to England to Spain campaign by Evnasi or Evna. Oh, I don't know how it's pronounced, man. Sorry. November 1st, 1692. Let's see what this player said about the campaign. And this player says, Gotland to Denmark to Prussia to England to Spain, stacking permanent buffs and mission PUs, was trying to get Norse religion, but even after fulfilling all the requirements, event didn't fire save as just after I integrated Portugal and got my income above 4K. Well, I'm very, very excited to see how this campaign develops. Obviously, you guys know that with forming countries and stuff like that, the timeline sometimes looks wonky and we can't really tell what's going on. But yeah, nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, here we are in our massive Gotland to Denmark to Prussia to England to Spain campaign. That's right, and we can already see, man, the first thing that, pops into my eyes right here is that the entirety, I think, nope, not the entirety, almost the entirety of the New World is ruled by Spain, but these guys are about to get wiped out by the colonial nations here pretty soon, so really no big deal. All right, let me go first into the coalition map mode to see the actual border of the actual, of Spain itself. And yeah, man, Gotland starts off here. Then this player obviously went to Denmark, which would require you to own some stuff over here. Probably got Norway and Sweden along with Denmark as well, maybe as junior partners or something like that. Then conquering stuff over here for Prussia, stuff down here for, well, I don't exactly know why, but maybe some gold mine, maybe the gold mine, maybe something like that. After that, it's England, I guess, and after that, it's Spain, if I did mention all of them. So yeah, obviously a very sizable portion of Europe owned, all of Britain, all of France, all of the lowlands, all of Iberia, almost all of Italy, a big portion of northern and southern Germany right here, and a lot of the Baltics as well. So that's really, really nice right there. Owning about half of the Maghreb right here, stuff that Morocco owns right at the start, a bunch of things over in West Africa, obviously, to trade company and stuff like that. A bunch of colonized stuff down here in South Africa over here. Let's see anything in Southeast Asia. Yeah, not a lot in Southeast Asia, just some, some uncolonized provinces over here. I guess not too many wars. In fact, I don't think any wars because, yeah, I think this is just the uncolonized provinces over in Southeast Asia, so we're chill with that. And right, now let's go into this map mode right here and see any subjects that might be over in Europe. So we got Austria right here. That's cool. All these New World colonial nations, like the Transoxiana, and this is a subject. Okay, cool. I'm liking what I'm seeing right off the bat immediately. Going into the Great Powers list, almost 10,000 dev, way more than the next Great Power, which is the Ottomans right here. Economic hegemon as well, super, super strong. Going over into the government tab, we got Carlos something 545 right here, level 5 advisors in every single category, very, very strong. In the government tab, lots of cultures promoted and accepted and stuff like that, for the culture shifting, for the forming nations. And we have this thing active right here, which I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, it's the new Spanish ones. Above 100 maxed absolutism, at 110 absolutism currently, so we'll check if that's really good or not, depending on what's going on with the estates. Going over in the diplomacy tab, we can see that this player is like the Hesse, Köln, Trier, and Transoxiana. Now let me see the HRE. So no relations with the HRE and stuff like that, but that's no big deal. All of these are obviously the colonial subjects right here. All of them are crown colonies, by the way. Austria is a junior partner, so those are the subjects, and guaranteeing these guys, maybe attempting to make them their vassals. We'll see, not really sure about that. Going over in the economy tab, we can see that we're making 2.8 ducats, 2.8 thousand ducats a month in the positive right here. Massive, massive income from trade and massive trade modifiers as well, almost at 150%. Very nice income from tariffs as well from all the colonies, and some income from gold, irrelevant at this point. I don't think any of them, and maybe aside from Edgar, are debbed up to 10, but really no big deal. So yeah, you definitely could be spending a lot more money right here, but is there a need? I don't know. Going over into the trade tab, once again, just like the previous player, making more than 50% income from trade, which is awesome for this point in the game. 80% goods produced, also really, really strong. And then in the tech department, 100 innovativeness ahead of time in every tech, really nice. And in the ideas tab, we have Spanish ideas right now. They are really, really strong for this type of gameplay. Obviously, probably the best out of any nation that was formed so far. We got exploration and expansion first, so I wonder if this player opened up with exploration expansion while they were still playing with Gotland, or were some ideas dropped? I don't think so. After that, we got religious, quantity, trade, diplo. Absolutely awesome idea group picks for a campaign such as this. I can't find any faults right here. Going over into the missions tab, we have the Spanish missions right here. Obviously, you know, I guess this player did, as he said, stacked a lot of PUs and stuff like that. They did say, you know, they just annexed to Portugal, so I'm guessing a lot of nations over here were PU'd. Maybe Bohemia was a junior partner or something like that. Not really sure, and not really sure how we can tell in the timeline, but I guess you know, sooner or later we'll find out. There we go. These are the policies, really good ones right here. 4 Diplo policies, by the way, a bunch enacted, so everything is great right here. In the stability and expansion tab under GovCap, which is awesome. Perfect, you know, what you call it, unrest right here. Very nice admin efficiency, 68%. I like that. And in the religion tab, we are Protestant. Interestingly enough, you do need to be Protestant, I guess, for Prussia, but I didn't expect that this player would be staying Protestant. But still looking really, really strong. A lot of the New World is Protestant. I can assume that these colonial nations over here were inherited from a subject or something like that. Yeah, just like this one down here that is Catholic. But obviously, lots of missionaries right here. We have 6 missionaries, all of them converting stuff away. So that's excellent right there, along with being the defender of the faith. Really, really good right there. Over in the military tab, professionalism maxed out, no combat ability modifiers. Obviously, this player didn't take idea groups such as that, but we do have heavy ship combat ability from the Spanish stuff. Massive army force limit, 1.7 million, really good morale, decent discipline, 36 combat width. Let me take a look at the armies. Yeah, they are looking pretty good right there, so no complaints about the armies either, and a massive naval force limit as well. Awesome, awesome generals. No admirals though, interestingly enough. In the subjects tab, these are the subjects. We already took a look at them, man, but obviously there is a lot of trade companies as well, which is something that you would expect. So this all right here, almost everything, pretty much actually everything in Africa is trade company. In Southeast Asia, stuff are trade company, and maybe even some stuff over here. Yeah, we can see actually at what point they were established. So we got the Danish Baltic Company, so that was established what was still Denmark. A bunch of Danish ones right here. So a lot of colonizing was happening while this player was still Denmark. That's interesting to see, but everything is good right there. In the estates tab, 100% crown land ownership, exactly, not 99.9, 100, really strong. The estates still have lots of privileges active, while also still being above 100% max absolutism and still having so much crown land ownership. So that is how you do it, man. That is exactly how you do it. Awesome, awesome stuff right here. I'm very, very satisfied. Obviously, no need to take a look at any of the, you know, merchant setups and stuff like that, since trade is already so awesome. Already took a look at the armies. They are completely legit. We got massive fleets right here. A lot of fleets with light ships protecting trade. So everything is legit right there. Going over into the government reforms right here, we can see that at tier 1, we have the system of councils, which is a sort of a semi-unique one, I guess. We still have the unified Kalmar monarchy available right here. We have the English monarchy available, the Prussian monarchy available, along with all of these right here. So we got the Prussian, the English, the Danish, and the Spanish, you know, semi-unique or unique tier 1 government reforms, which is really strong right there. Not something you see. I've never actually seen something like this, but yeah, very strong right there. Curtail noble privileges. Obviously, you don't need strengthen at this point. Exile colonial companies for colonizing, although you're not doing that anymore, so you could swap to something else. Header reform church, great. Tercios, great. Royal decree, great. Meritocratic, great. Exploitation, great. 6 books. Divine rights, political absolutism. All of these are awesome, even though you could go with some other ones and gain some nice bonuses as well. I'm really liking these. And obviously, you know, there are some of the other countries, not tier 1 government reforms, you know, other ones that could be gone with right here, but really there's no big deal on that. So everything is looking completely legit right there. Going over into the cultures right here, let's see what's promoted, what's accepted. Yeah, right now Castilian primary culture, yeah, did some culture converting as well, accepted and promoted and stuff like that. So we're chilling right there. In the religion tab, we already took a look at that. That's great right there. Now let's take a look at the dev a little bit right here. Most dev province is London. Then we got Paris right here, and then some other ones which are pretty highly developed, especially London and Paris. Then we got a bunch of provinces above 30 development, quite a lot actually. And then there's absolutely a ton of provinces above 20 development, maybe even more with above 30 than with above 20. But yeah, it's looking really, really strong right here. And just taking a look at the autonomy right here real quick, I think that it has been lowered. Actually, no, there are quite a few provinces that autonomy can be lowered, but really it's no big deal since, yeah, pretty much everything that can be done has been done. Awesome right there, man. Let's take a look at the buildings right now. Going over into the marketplaces, yeah, a bunch of them built up. Have they been upgraded to trade depots? Yes, they have. Have they been upgraded to stock exchanges? Yes, they have. Let's take a look at the courthouses, built literally everywhere. That's great. upgraded to town halls. That's great. Taking a look at the army buildings, not a lot of training fields, not a lot of conscription centers. Yeah, so not too big of a focus on army stuff. Production buildings obviously built up everywhere, upgraded to counting houses. Cathedrals, not so much. Churches, once again, not so much, but no big deal. And manufacturers are obviously stacked in all of the provinces that they can be stacked in. So another a very, very good run, just like the Pirate Japan run. Really nothing to complain about this campaign either. I really can't see anything that I would nitpick right here. Once again, aside from the border war, just like the first one had, but yeah, really no negative things to say aside from the borders. Maybe you could have wrapped up Italy or something like that, or maybe kept it clean over here, but that's just me nitpicking, man, and it's really, really not a big deal. Maybe I would also have liked to see more expansion over in maritime Southeast Asia and India, but obviously that really wasn't the focus. The main focus was the New World. All right, now let's go ahead and jump into the timeline right here, and boys, I'm letting you know that this is gonna be wonky, man, and it is gonna be kind of hard to see what exactly is going on with so many formables being done. But there we go, starting off as Goatland right here. Can't really tell what's going on, if I'm being honest. Is it Denmark at this point? Yeah, so now this player is still Goatland, but Denmark or something like that. I really can't tell where the expansion is going on. Is this the color? Yeah, there we go. We are Denmark expanding into these provinces right here. Okay, so there we can see the growth right now. Got the Burgundian succession as well. Pummeling away into England right now, I think, as far as I can tell, and probably doing some colonizing as well. Not really colonizing. There we go. More pushing into England. We got some expansion over here in the Baltic as well, as we can see. I don't know why Denmark is still here with yellow, but there we go. Ate up all of England. We got Leinster and Scotland owning these regions right here. Now we're England, I think. Yes. Okay, now we're the red provinces. Colonization is happening, I think. Yeah, English Granada stuff over here. So that's cool right there. Now we can see expansion over in Iberia. That's what's going on right there. I guess Castile owns this. Yeah, okay, now we're Spain, and now I think we should be able to see everything that's going on. So yeah, now a heavy focus on colonization. France, Portugal, other nations around Europe might be junior partners at this point. Really, there's no way to tell in these sort of timeline runs, but yeah, Spain and Castile existing at the same time. I don't know if that's really real or something like that, but yeah, lots of expansion through junior partners as well. Colonization over in Africa, and I think we are pretty much nearing our date right here. France was definitely a junior partner. We can tell since they were insta-annexed. Yeah, Portugal, there we go, just annexed, and that's the timeline right there. Like I said, boys, kind of hard to see with so many nations forming and the colors and the names of previous nations staying. So yeah, let's hope the timeline looks better in U5. But another excellent campaign, man. I love stacking modifiers like that. We can take a look at those things over here. We're not literally gonna run through this entire list, but maybe you guys can pause and take a look at some interesting modifiers that you may notice right here. And yeah, I do love stacking runs like this. But even though we have Border Gore this campaign too, I really couldn't find anything to complain about. So just like the Pirate So Japan campaign, I'm giving this campaign as well a 5 out of 5. Let's move on to our final campaign of the day. Alright, let's jump into our final campaign of the day, this Butuwa to Roswy Empire campaign by Gacha on June 2nd, 1628. The reason I picked this save game to review is because I had a lot of fun doing this specific playthrough and other playthroughs starting off in this region right here. It's absolutely so fun playing through all the mission trees, events, working with all the monuments, expansion over here, and yeah, this is generally a really fun region to play in, at least for me. What would you call this, like Southeast Africa and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I chose this campaign. Let's see what this player said about the campaign specifically, and Gacha right here says, "Hey Hog, this is my current Butuwa to Roswy Empire run. The year is around 1625-ish, so it's been going for a while. It's a real fun campaign where I'm about to face big Ottomans, and also my ally France is creeping into Africa. So big things are about to happen, but also at a crossroads where I'm not sure which steps to take next. Ottos are big, Ethiopia is allied to Portugal, etc. Would be interesting. What would you recommend?" Well, let's see what I recommend, Gacha. Let's jump into our campaign. Alright, here we are in our Roswy Empire run, and we can see some very nice expansion by sort of the early 1600s right here. Let's go into this map mode to see the exact size of the nation. So this is it, pretty much owning the entirety, pretty much owning half half of Africa, the southern portion, and I can see that some provinces over here in maritime Southeast Asia have also been colonized. As you know, these guys get colonized from various things, and honestly, I don't know if I would focus my efforts right here. I'd probably just stick to Africa. But no big deal. Let's go into the Great Powers tab. Number 2 on the Great Powers list, about 300 dev behind Spain, which is honestly not bad at all at this point. Pretty good, I would say. More than the Ottomans, more than Great Britain, more than any of these guys. So we're looking pretty strong right there. Going over into the court tab, we got level 5 advisors. Obviously, some pretty cheap ones too. You are literally making so much money as any of these nations. And we can see that some additional gold mines have been spawned right here. Yeah, all 3 of these right here have been spawned, which is awesome. And then you got the other 4 up here, along with the one in Kilwa. And if you want to expand it to Ethiopia or over here even more so, gold is definitely pretty much the main source of income throughout the entire campaign in any, you know, entire Africa conquest campaigns. But really good right there in the government tab. Lots of cultures accepted and promoted. We are an empire, I can confirm that. And 0 out of 55 max absolutism. So even though you're really not planning on blobbing that much this campaign, obviously you do need to start getting max absolutism, or not max absolutism specifically, you know, this, your absolutism up. In a slow and steady expansion campaign such as this, around 50-ish would be enough just for a little bit of admin efficiency to help you out a bit. So really, it's not that big of a deal, but you should try and get it up. In the diplomacy tab, we can see that we're allied with France and Bahmanis, are currently in a war with Bengal, I guess helping out Bahmanis. So yeah, that's beside the point. Luwu and Bone are subjects, which are nations over here, and that's pretty much the extent of the you know, the relations and stuff like that. In the economy department right here, we can see that we're making 256 ducats per month, pretty nice income. And the gold mines, I think all of them have been developed, which is really, really strong. Nice income from trade, a nice income from production, pretty good income from tax as well. No inflation whatsoever because controlled gold mining is active. A controversial estate privilege, I personally am not opposed to it. In the trade department, we can see that we're making about 40% income from trade, which is actually pretty strong for what you own right here. The main trade node is Zanzibar, and with what you own, you really don't want to make it the main trade node. I would suggest moving it to the Cape of Good Hope and trying to control even more of the Ivory Coast. So that's my tip for the trade right there. In the tech department, ahead of tech in every category, not that much innovativeness, but no big deal. And ideas are offensive, exploration, expansion, quality, trade. See, yeah, I don't know if I agree with some of these picks. I don't think you need exploration as any of these guys right here. I think expansion would suffice along with the colonizers that they already get. If Butwa or Rosy Empire gets one, I'm not really sure. I think they do. But aside from that, offensive, quality, and trade are really, really strong. Economic would help you out quite a lot with the gold as well. So yeah, not perfect idea group picks according to me, but yeah, I think exploration is just a little bit of a mess, unless of course your goal is to actually go over here. In the missions right here, I don't know exactly which one is the one that gives you a colonizer. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one for 100 years. So depending on when the player took this mission right here, by now that colonist may have expired. Let's see, uncover the south is the mission, and yeah, there's no colonist from that, so no big deal. But yeah, you should still have focused on some stuff over here, man, I think, instead of going to Southeast Asia or whatever. So yeah, mission's pretty much done. In decisions and policies, some policies active right here, they're pretty good. And instability and expansion under GovCap, just barely. That's very nice. 10% admin efficiency already just from tech. And in the religion tab, we are still fetishists, which is always awesome to see when playing in Africa. I do support that, even though it's not as powerful as any of the other religions right here. I still think it's really nice for role playing and stuff like that. In the military tab, combat ability for all 3 of the, you know, different unit types, I guess. Pretty nice right there. Pretty good professionalism, decent land force limit for the size of the country, even though it could be built up a little bit more. Okay, morale, pretty good, really good discipline actually, and the combat width is 32. And yeah, unless these armies are merged, or actually, yeah, you definitely want to work on your army composition a little bit, so a little bit of negative on that as well. In the subjects tab, we have the Philippine, the Moluccas, and the Indonesia trade companies, and these 2 vassals right here. No big deal on that. And the estates do have lots of privileges active, pretty good crown land ownership as well. But like I said, make sure you get that absolutism up. And that's pretty much the overview of the country. Let's go into the government reforms before I give you some tips right here. Sacred Kingdom, nice. Martial society, religious society, sustain discipline, retain tribal hierarchy, form an advanced tribe. So this player chose to stay as a tribal nation, along with sticking to fetishist. I do think it's a really, really cool way to have a playthrough over in this region. So respect on that. Even though, sure, it's more optimal to swap a religion or swap the government type, I do think it's super, super fun. So again, a plus from me on that. Yeah, let's take a look at the states right here. So definitely a couple more things can be stated right here, but we're already pretty tight with GovCap, so no big deal on that. Yeah, everything, almost everything that this player owns is fetishist. I'm guessing this was what was conquered the latest, so that's why it hasn't been converted. And you know, these are the cultures right here, pretty good on that as well. Awesome. All right, before I go into this tab right here to take a look at dev and autonomy and buildings right here, you did ask me for a couple of tips. I already gave you a couple of tips on the, I'm sure this campaign is long done by now, but still, I already gave you tips on some of the economy and army and stuff like that, but you said you don't know what to do. Your ally France is expanding in Africa. Keep them as your ally for now. And yeah, your next expansion point should definitely be these small guys over here and Ethiopia. Now, you said Ethiopia is allied to Portugal. You can definitely beat them by yourself by the time Portugal gets here, but just pay off France's debt, bruh. As we can see, France doesn't want to help out because they're in debt. You're making so much money from gold. Literally give them like 5,000 ducats and they'll pay off their entire debt, and they'd be willing to join if you don't think you can take on Ethiopia and Portugal by yourself. But look at this, man. You got 140k troops. Ethiopia has 20k. You can literally swamp them before Portugal even knows what's going on. And then you can just repel the Portuguese attacks. They may be even busy in the New World. So you can take on Ethiopia by yourself. Expand a little more over here, and then with the help of France, you should once again be able to make them break their alliance with the Ottomans potentially, because that event has happened, and then maybe you could get them to help you out in that war later on. But yeah, if you wanna fight the Ottomans, make sure to expand more. Focus on the army a little bit more as well. Yeah, now let's go into the development tab right here. Take a look at dev. So lots of provinces above 40 dev. Above 30, we can see only one, and a bunch of them above 20. Obviously, a lot of them would be super low because these are poor provinces, and a lot of these have also been colonized as well, so their dev will be super low, but decent nonetheless. In the economy, in the autonomy tab, it has been lowered everywhere that it can be lowered, so that's great right there. And let's take a look at the buildings right now. Marketplaces pretty much up in all of the relevant provinces, have been upgraded. The trade depots, that's great. Courthouses almost everywhere. Build them up over here too. Let's see, workshops. Yeah, workshops have been built in the relevant provinces. Temples as well, so that's really nice. Training fields a little bit, barracks a little bit, so that's cool right there. And manufactories are up pretty much everywhere that they can be up as well, so no complaints on the buildings as well. And I think that's about all I have to say for this campaign, man. Like I said, some of the stuff that I don't think you needed to have gone with, honestly, is exploration right here. I would pick up economic instead of that one, for example, so that's a little minus right there. A little minus on the armies as well. And yeah, I think those are the things that I don't like so far, and maybe you could have expanded a little bit more by this point, and there really is no need to go here at all unless you're planning a strong focus on this region and just, you know, going balls out and conquering all of this. The little bit of colonization, it's really not doing a lot for you, man. So you would have been better off, instead of waiting to colonize all of these provinces right here, to just focus on stuff over here or getting stuff here done faster. But yeah, that's about it for this Roswy Empire to, you know, Butwa to Roswy Empire run. Super fun region to play in, man. So much gold. You know, you do feel a lot weaker than any other guys, even though you're so big, due to the low dev of the provinces and the limited amount of buildings that you can build in certain types of provinces, which are good for those buildings. But yeah, expansion can definitely pick up over here. Just, you know, beat up Ethiopia by yourself, man. You can definitely do it with your size, and get Prince to help you out, maybe, versus the Ottomans. So yeah, a couple of negatives here and there, but yeah, let's take a look at the timeline, see how expansion has gone. So Butwa right here, as you all know, starting off as a subject of Mutapa. Let's go. Let's see the yeah, there we go. There's the initial expansion, taking one province, fighting some of these guys, and Mutapa. There's the Roswy Empire immediately. So Fala has expanded right here. Maybe, yeah, Kilwa, there we go, fighting Kilwa. Colonization and expansion has already started. There's a border with the Congo guys, expanding in the Lake Victoria guys, in the Congo guys, in Kilwa right here. Colonization down here, obviously, since you got to do the Cape first, then other provinces. More expansion in the Lake Victoria guys, more colonization, beating up Kilwa right here. Congo has grown quite a lot, as we can see. Slow and steady expansion, eating up some of the smaller guys around us. Let's see anything over here. Nope, nothing yet. There we go, more colonization. Sakalava has conquered all of Madagascar. More colonization here, picking off some of the smaller guys. Big war with Congo, took out Cuba. Let's see what's going to happen with these guys. We're up here. So more colonization, chilling, maybe focusing on the economy or something like that. Fighting some wars versus Mahran right here. There we go, big expansion in them and Warsangali. Now a little colonization here, fighting Adal as well. Started to border the West Africa guys. France already has a pretty strong presence right here. And yeah, I think that's about where we're at. Expansion in Madagascar as well. But there we go, ate up all of Madagascar, fought Benin right here, and that is the end of our campaign. So yeah, you definitely could have expanded a little bit faster and a little more. Your income can definitely allow it, and it's good that you went with like quality and offensive. It does buff up your army. These unit types are, you know, stronger than these guys at a certain point, but then weaker after a certain point. So yeah, really fun campaign, awesome playthrough. I love it that you guys are playing in different types of regions aside from just Europe and stuff like that. But I did notice a few negatives in the campaign with the army composition, the choosing of exploration, which is just a personal problem for me, right? These are all subjective ratings from me, and with the expansion and stuff like that. So this campaign, man, super fun, but I don't think it's a 5. I'm gonna give this campaign a 4 out of 5, and that's been our final campaign of the day. And there you have it, man. 3 very cool save game reviews for today. I liked all of them. It was super fun reviewing all of them. My favorite one personally was probably the pirate one, but all of them were super fun. So good job on all of you guys that submitted these save games, and the other ones that I've reviewed and the ones that I haven't reviewed yet as well. But yeah, as always, man, if you want your save games reviewed, as you all know, I'm not going in order right now, so just submit them. If it seems interesting enough to me, I'll review it. Yeah, drop them in the Save Games for Vid Discord channel. Everyone always leaves 70 comments. How do I post my save games when I literally say it in every video? So if you don't watch till the end and you don't know how to post them after I say it literally every single video, then well, you're a dumbass. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to leave a like. It really helps out a lot. And if you like the content and want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of them. And you can become a member today and join the Discord. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another EU4 video.